we have, we get people to come out there might know how to do the work, but everything else is crap. We'd still lose the project because everything else about the job is terrible. So we've got to change attitudes. We've got to change the perspective of how everybody comes into a job site. That's going to make it better across the board.
I love it. I love it. Now, you say the podcast is coming on YouTube. Hopefully it will get on Spotify and everywhere else you can monetize as well. What about the book or the manual? Is it done? When can we expect that?
That's cute. I love the close-up. No, so it's not going to be a podcast as much as it's going to be the social media storytelling of what's going on, what events are happening. For instance, we already did our first. My nonprofit board members were able to give me enough money where I paid a videographer. He came out to the first walkthrough. He's putting that together. That's going to be on there. The two students that have been the most successful with my organization have just now both gotten their first. One guy, listen, this is my best story. This young man has never, ever done anything in construction. I mean, nothing. He did go to school to become a mechanical engineer, but he didn't like it anymore. So he didn't graduate. He finished 3 or 4 years, but he didn't graduate. So an organization called Landron, a company, Landron Inc., is a hotel renovator. And I used to work for them for a while, and there was some layoffs. So they'll call me back every now and then just to be a superintendent 1099 if I'd like to work for them. They pay well. But they work 6 days a week. And that's the other thing about construction now. You work a lot of times 6 days a week, or you work long hours. You will have to do that sometimes. So I told them, I can't, if I come back to you now 6 days a week, the hours you work, everything I'm doing will stop. The only way I'm going to do this if you let me bring an intern. Let me bring somebody in there that I can teach how to become a superintendent of hotel renovations. They said yes. So what that's going to allow me is I can come in a little bit later in the morning or leave early in the afternoon because I'll have somebody acclimated to what's going on, what to pay attention to, and call me if you need anything. This young man worked with me for, I want to say 6, 7 months. First construction job, never knew anything about how to read plans. Never knew anything about what the inside of a wall looked like. When he finished that project with me, it took about a month. He is now working as a project coordinator at a small commercial company, because commercial companies pay even better than residential builders. I've worked for a residential builder. That was fun. It's really cool building houses. But commercial is good money. This boy is not only doing project coordinator, he's negotiating contracts. He went on site. I said, what'd you find out, was an interesting challenge? He said, well, I found out that because I read plans, and everybody doesn't know how to read plans like I thought. He thought, you think a subcontractor who does the job well and does it fast knows how to read plans. Well, that's not always the case. And if you're somebody that's managing a job and you don't know how to read plans, you're going to get in trouble. Something's going to go wrong. So he has been able to accomplish everything he needed quickly. He's making $55,000 a year, first job in construction. Come on, who's gonna get you that?
Can you tell us, besides the NCCER that you get with you, what other things did he get? Did he have to get like a PMP to get that type of job?
He didn't even get NCCER. All he got was on-the-job training. So even this project I'm doing, where we're going to be training. So for the city of Orlando to get involved in Career Source, we do have to offer the certification. That's kind of what their grant money requires. You get a grant for stuff, they got criteria. You can't do this, you can't do that, you got to do this, we'll give you $1,000. Okay. But you can also just get skills training. We'll give you a certification that says what you learned. We'll give you a piece of paper that you can take to your jobs to show all the things that you have become a master at, or at least achieved. That's all he got. He got nothing else. So now his resume is college, unfinished college degree, bartender, Kiki's server, and assistant superintendent, trainee construction. That's all. But it's set because the industry is suffering, y'all. Hear me. It's suffering. If you can show you have been exposed and you have a familiarity enough, and they know what he doesn't know, but what he does know is enough. Now, college gave him that. College did give him the temperament to be consistent with studying. The college gave him follow up. If you don't follow up, you're not going to get your registration done. Remember registration day? Oh my God, registration. Huh? That's the HBCU experience right there. Registration day. Oh my goodness. If you don't learn how to follow through, go talk to somebody, call the right person, call the next person, call somebody who's supposed to call to know you. It's a journey. If you know how to do that, pick up the phone, follow up, communicate with people, then you bring that into a world that shows you a process that has to do with stacking stones, putting up walls, and now making phone calls to make sure whoever's supposed to put the wall up today is going to show up. Then you're ready. But you need somebody to show you how to think that way. And then now you can pull together the stuff that you are. I call it discovering talents. So we're helping people discover their talent. What is your talent? Is your talent communicator? Is your talent working with your hands? And, is your talent being a boss? And being a boss don't mean cussing and yelling at people. Some people have been that. Some people you think need that. Fact of the matter is, what they need is someone that knows what they're doing and gonna help you understand you know what you're doing. That's all he got. And he said he carried himself in such a way where he was comfortable because he knew something. And those people are sewing into him. They are giving him all kinds of exposure because it's a small company. Now, the young lady, she worked for a renovator for about the same renovator I told you about when they called for a woman for about 6 to 8 months on a Disney project. She, kind of followed around, but she came to a training with me where she learned a little bit about painting. We talked about the process of drywall. Reading the plans probably was her most effective learning tool. Understanding how to look at plans and documents and know what's in them so you can do what you need to do and make sure what's being done is correct. She's getting ready to work at Ward & Smith as an intern, as a field engineer. And that's because she decided to stay in college. She had a 2-year degree coming out of high school. Sometimes you can get that dual education thing while you're in high school and get some college courses. So she has her AS. And now she's going to get her degree. She has 2 more years. So Ward & Smith has an internship opportunity, and most big companies do, where she'll work 30 hours. She can get overtime if she wants. She's making $19.50 an hour. And she's going to learn a lot. She's going to learn both field stuff and office stuff. So I call that project engineering, which is office stuff, learning how to do what needs to be done with the process of paperwork and plans and documents and changes. And then field stuff is going out in the field and recognizing what's being done right, what's being done wrong, and when something else has to happen in its order. She's getting ready to do all of that. She's 21 years old. And awesome. She is with a big commercial construction company. She's getting ready to make a lot of money.
Hello, everyone. Join us on an exciting journey with Explore the World Cameroon. London and Sydney go take you explore Cameroon, the heart of Africa. Experience the vibrant culture, nature, and traditions from Yaoundé Market to rainforest adventures. Every page na new discovery. Enjoy the Cameroonian food, music, and wildlife with our explorers. This book na true celebration of Cameroon spirit. Get your copy now. Available on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and through your library and bookstores via Ingram's Park. Don't miss this adventure.